Well, boys, the Boogie 2988 saga continues because last night on LOLCow Live, everyone decided to ask Boogie, do you really have cancer? And, for someone that actually has cancer, I think it would be easy for them to, pull out proof that they actually have cancer, with their medical records and stuff. But for some reason, well, I can understand if you wasn't getting anything out of it, but for some reason, Boogie didn't want to, prove everyone wrong that he wasn't lying, that he actually has cancer, seeing that, he just scammed his audience for money that for his quote unquote cancer. And then everyone decided, you know what, Boogie, just show someone, a third party so they can verify that you have cancer. We'll all get off your back. We'll all apologize, Boogie. And Boogie continued to say no. And you know what? For free, I could understand that. I could understand why Boogie doesn't want to show off his medical records for free. All right, I get that. All right, that's cool. That's cool. But then people started putting money on it. Like legitimate people with legitimate amount of money. So it first started off with Destiny right here in this clip saying to Boogie that, you know what, Boogie? If you have cancer, I will put $5,000 towards your cancer treatment.
I would rather Dexerto tomorrow lead Boogie lies about cancer than to hand this shit over to you pieces of shit. That's just. I'd rather do that. I'd rather do that. Go ahead, print it, Dexerto. Go ahead and print it.
Can you get your patient portal up on your phone and like send it
to
Tommy?
I'm not going to. Sure,
he's never doing that. He does not have a cancer diagnosis. There's 0% chance he has one.
And you won't prove it?
No.
You won't prove it?
I'd rather you go ahead and print it.
If this is true, and you lied about cancer, this is the biggest scandal on the fucking internet.
And it's not, but go ahead and print it anyway. Go ahead and print it anyway.
It's going on.
I pretty much prove it. None of you motherfuckers.
Fucking
I said this
prove
2
it.
years ago, and I'm not doing it today. Go right ahead. Print it. Print it the way it is. Go right ahead. I'm okay with it.
Okay, so I guess just to wrap up, because we don't want to take all your guys' time tonight, there just is a couple things, right? So the story as laid out, if you look up secondary polycythemia versus polycythemia vera, all of the leading things that Boogie talks about leading to his condition are consistent with secondary polycythemia, not the mutation that would cause polycythemia vera. The things that Boogie says that his doctor wants him to check for afterwards, like doing a sleep study, are consistent with secondary polycythemia, not
And
primary
also
polycythemia. And the fact that he says, the fact that he says that he had the blood markers or something to confirm it 2 years ago, but is now getting a biopsy for secondary confirmation, even though he says he doesn't have the money for medical bills, but I guess now that he does have money, he's going to waste all of it on biopsying things that are already confirmed, or at least confirmed enough that he wanted to talk about it publicly for 2 years ago, and then use it to fundraise the money that he now has so that he can do the biopsy that I don't think he's doing, by the way. I don't think he's actually doing that.
So Destiny, to summarize,
if he wanted to disprove it, all he has to do is show a private party this particular medical thing, and it would be.
To summarize, Destiny, you're basically saying he's kind of unlucky he doesn't have cancer.
I mean, for this particular case, yeah. If Boogie can confirm, that he has polycythemia vera, and he actually has like a doctor confirmation of the blood cancer, I'll throw $5,000 towards his medical treatment. I'll make that personal pledge right now.
No fuck.
Hey, you need the money.
You're not seeing my medical records for 20, not for 50. You're not seeing my medical records.
$5,000.
I said this.
I said this year ago.
Okay, so I just want people to remember in the future then, when Boogie says, I have to do XYZ scam to raise money because my medical bills are hurting so much, he can speak publicly about his medical issues to scam his fans to raise money, but he can't take $5,000 to privately confirm a diagnosis that he already publicly said he has. Doesn't make any sense, but
even I have a fucking limit. Even I have a fucking limit.
What's the limit, though?
It's a bad.
I understand that he, there's a big history of people, I guess, scamming people with cancer, and it's like the worst of the worst. Sure. And you're getting confronted with that right now. When your response to that is,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm not going ahead. Sure. I'm just. I'm explaining to you.
Go right the fuck ahead. I don't.
I'm not going ahead with
anything. He's speaking to you very
I'm
politely.
saying run with the story. I don't care.
As you can see right there, Boogie being combative, 5K, too low. Too low to show your medical records that you already talked about publicly. So, in my case, I would have took the 5K. But you know what? Boogie is a man, a man of morals, and a master manipulator, because to him, 5K was too low. All right. 20K would have been too low for him to show his medical records. He already talked about publicly and scammed his audience with publicly trying to get sympathy after, you know, he scammed them with the fatty coin. So Moody Horse said 50K on the table. Free 50K. You know, all you gotta do is show that you actually have the cancer that you said you have while you was trying to deflect all the blame. You know, whenever you're trying to deflect the blame from your fatty coin scam, all you gotta do is show that you have cancer and you get a free 50K. Now, just reminding you boys, this man, Boogie2988, took $10,000 to scam his whole community. He took $10,000 just to scam his whole community. Now someone's like, yo, this is a legit way for you to earn $50,000. Well, plus the 5K that Destiny put on the table. So $55,000. All you have to do is show that you have the cancer that you said you had. And you want to know what this man says?
I think this is.
What is the unreason? What is the unreason? There's already.
I would not walk away from my house. I would not walk away from 50K.
I would not walk away.
I would not walk away from an internet career that's going to give you revenue. That's going to give you. I would not walk away from shitting on these people and proving them wrong.
We are different people.
Yeah, you're being ridiculous.
Jim, again, since we're not live, I can say this. I've been looking for an exit plan for a while.
This is an awful exit plan.
Yep. Boogie decided, no, I have morals to stand upon, and I can't just give up my medical records that I already gave up publicly by telling everyone I have cancer. And then, the best part about the whole thing is, Destiny comes in and confronts Boogie and says, brother, you're lying. Alright, you're just lying. You're lying. Alright, you don't have cancer, you're lying. And all Boogie can do is just sit there and just like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I may have cancer, but I didn't confirm it. It's like, then you don't have cancer. At this point, I'm pretty sure Destiny upped his bet to 15K. So, literally, Boogie had $65,000 sitting on the table to just show a medical record showing that he has cancer, showing that he literally is potentially or may. Well, he's not actually going to be dying from the cancer that quickly because the cancer is slow moving. So he would have like decades to live with this particular cancer that he says that he has. But everyone's like, well, just show us the paper and you'll get a free 65K. And Boogie's like, no, I'll tell you all I have cancer, but you got to believe me and take my word for it, even though I have lied to you. And I've recently lied to you. And I've recently scammed everyone for sympathy points. It is disgusting how this man can just get away with this shit. Like, don't get me wrong, there are bigger pieces of shits out there, like, you know, Sneeko and Bruce drop him off and shit, but I mean, like, Boogie, for some reason, is like worse than them somehow. Boogie legitimately scams his fans and then seeks sympathy for it.
Hormone markers for it. That's either a definitive diagnosis, in which case you wouldn't be getting a biopsy 2 years later, or it wasn't definitive and you would have gotten a biopsy 2 years later instead of saying they're treating you for cancer for 2 years. You just said before that you don't have the money for extra medical stuff. If they don't need that test to confirm cancer, why would you spend extra money on a biopsy you don't need?
Have you heard of this, Destiny? I just got a bit of a windfall. Might have heard about it.
You may have heard of it. We have. What's a windfall? He did a $10,000 crypto scam, using partly his cancer thing as an excuse for why he needed to scam his fans.
I wanted to join real quick because you just got caught lying about me to CoffeeZilla. All right, and now you're being confronted. And now you're being confronted on one of the biggest lies on internet history.
I don't consider.
Sure, go ahead.
And you won't prove it.
No.
You won't prove it.
I'd rather you go ahead and print it.
If this is true, and you lied about cancer, this is the biggest scandal on the fucking internet.
And it's not, but go ahead and print it anyway. Go ahead and print it anyway.
It's going.
I'm pretty much proving none of you motherfuckers.
Fucking prove it.
2 years ago, and I'm not doing it today. Go right ahead. Print it. Print it the way it is. Go right ahead.
I've never seen someone more combative than Boogie after everyone's like, please, we want to give you sympathy, Boogie. We want to give you money, Boogie. All you have to do is prove to us that you deserve our sympathy and money. And yet he's still just sitting there like, prove that I'm wrong. It's like, we are trying to give you sympathy and money, the two things that you love in this world more than even your probably dog and girlfriend. And yet he doesn't take it. It's like the easiest thing to show. Yo, I have cancer. Here's a diagnosis. Get my 65K. Where's my sympathy at? And you'll get it. All right, you will get it. we will be like, all right, we're sorry, Boogie. You know what? We're wrong. All right, we're sorry. But he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that at all. So after this whole debacle went down, Keemstar went to Twitter to talk to people because a lot of people were like, kick him off of LOLCow Live. All right, kick Boogie off of LOLCow Live. He's literally lying about having cancer. One of the worst things you can do, especially as a content creator, especially to gain sympathy points. But Keemstar decided to say this.
I'm starting to see like a little campaign growing on Twitter for me to kick Boogie2988 off of LOLCow Live show because he faked having cancer. I'm not gonna kick him off the show. I'm not. His punishment is being on the show where he could be confronted and held accountable for the shit he does. And we've been doing this since day one. In fact, this wouldn't even be happening right now if he wasn't on the show and being confronted with this. So yeah, his punishment is staying on the show. He can say that he's quitting the internet all he wants, but I will get him back on that fucking show and we will confront him further.
I mean, like, I'm kind of with Keemstar on this because that's the whole point of the LOLCow live stream is to farm, the LOLCows. Wings of Redemption, Boogie2988, Tommy G, the actual LOLCows. They are there to be milked for content. That's the whole point of it. So I understand why he's not kicking him off of LOLCow Live because it doesn't do anything, right? It's not like the live stream is going to get more viewers because of it. If anything, the live stream got more viewers ever off of this Boogie drama. If anything, Keemstar doesn't need to get Boogie back on this show because Boogie is the entertainment right now. Unless Wings of Redemption wants to become the Beyonce of the whole LOLCow live stream, Boogie right now is the Beyonce. He's taking the reins, all right? Everyone wants to see what's going to happen to Boogie next. It's a perfectly good business move to keep Boogie on because him lying doesn't really hurt the brand of LOLCow Live. We already know Boogie lies. Keemstar being a good businessman as usual, I guess. Who would have known? Unlike the Manny Show, well, actually just like the Manny Show because the Manny Show fired the people that copyright strike everyone on his behalf. Click this video right here to find out what happened. But other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you all tomorrow.